I know y'all been seeing on the news about the mass shooting. I covered this story my last video, but they also found out that that gun that was used. Well, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a little update so you can see.
Now to some heartbreaking news. Our nation saw its deadliest mass shooting in years when a Louisiana man shot and killed 8 children this morning. Tonight, we're learning more about that gunman, Shamar Elkins, who was the father of 7 of those 8 slain children. Tonight, the community of Shreveport has been left shattered. The children, 3 boys and 5 girls, ranging in age from 3 to 11.
Police say the crime scene spans 2 houses. It ended when officers opened fire on the gunman during a police chase. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam is live now with new details tonight. Tim?
Liz Jory, we now know the names of the 8 kids shot and killed, and we're also learning that the shooter had ties to the military and was known to police. This is a Facebook image of the Louisiana man law enforcement believe is a cold-blooded killer. Shreveport police identifying him as Shamari Elkins, the alleged gunman who shot and killed 8 kids. At least 7 of them were his own flesh and blood. The coroner released their names, a total of 7 siblings and a cousin ranging in age from 3 to 11, Jayla, Shayla, Kayla, Layla, Markaden, Soraya, Kedarian, and Braylon. Neighbors mourn their deaths at the crime scene.
This is not a freaking joke. This is real, and this is the result when someone snaps.
Police are still trying to determine what motivated the shooting. The attack began before sunrise when police say the suspect shot a woman at one home and then drove to another house to unleash more violence.
The gray house is the house in which 7 children were located inside that were deceased. There was an additional deceased child that looked like he had tried to escape the residence out the back on the roof.
Officers say a second woman was shot and is believed to be the mother of the suspect's children. Both women are now in the hospital in critical condition. Officers fired at the suspect during a chase after he carjacked the vehicle at gunpoint. ABC News reporting the 31-year-old joined the Louisiana National Guard in 2013 and served 7 years without being deployed. The shooting took place in House Speaker Mike Johnson's district. He offered thoughts and prayers to the family. The shooting impacting people beyond Louisiana. The mayor of Shreveport highlighting that in his statement that reads in part, "Tragedy like this does not..."
Now, the thing about this situation is, took a lot of lives, man. Not only he took a lot of lives, you know that he was definitely something was off. Something was off. And they're stating that he was going through a divorce. Doesn't matter. But to kill your kids, damn. But then this the other part. They was trying to figure out how he got his weapon, how he got his gun, because they was like, yo, they was trying to look at certain things. They was like, hold up, how did he get a weapon? So right here, they're gonna show. Hold on, let me see. New, let me see, because they talked about his friend that actually was arrested. You know, Let's see. It's new details. Arrested. Because they have a person that they end up arresting, and let me see if they got him.
An arrest has been made in connection to the deadly mass shooting that killed 8 children in Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm KSLA anchor reporter Jolia Daughtry, and ATF agents told our newsroom that they have arrested 56-year-old Charles Ford for possession of a weapon as a felon, as well as making false statements to federal agents. Now, we're going to show a photo of the weapon that police say was used in the shooting that happened on West 79th Street. Now, according to ATF agents, they wanted to look into who purchased the gun. Agents interviewed an unidentified woman, and the woman said that she gave the gun to Ford. Now, it is uncertain how Ford and Elkins exchanged the gun. However, federal agents interviewed Ford, and Ford lied about having the weapon, according to federal agents, then later admitted that he did. Now, Ford faces up to 15 years in federal prison for the possession charge and up to 5 years in federal prison for the false statement charge, according to ATF agents. In Shreveport.
You know what's crazy about that? He 56 years old. 56. You know the sad part about it? He probably gave that gun to him, not I don't know. You know what? Now when I think about it, I was about to say something, and now when I really think about it, I'm like, "Nah." I'm about to say, he probably gave that gun to him, not thinking he will use it, but then I thought about it. Hell nah. If you give a gun like that to somebody that you know did not buy that gun from you, and you know that's not the time. Look, let's be real. You see that gun, right? That's a that's a powerful gun right there. That's not a regular handgun. That's a gun that's gonna cause damage. You can take down multiple people with that gun. You can see it has a clip on it. You can see it was a automatic. Why would you give a gun like that to somebody? Why? Uh, you ain't give a damn about what they was gonna use it for. That's how you know that dude wasn't dealing with a full deck. The dude that gave him the gun. Because if you get somebody a gun like that, you already know they about to cause damage. You can't walk around with a gun like that and think that you're not gonna cause damage. You gonna cause damage. Damn.
We now know more information about the man who is accused of killing 8 children over the weekend, shooting them. 7 of them were his own. He's also accused of shooting 2 women who are both in the hospital. This all happened before he carjacked someone, took police on a police chase, and then police shot and killed him. His name is Shamar Elkins, and we did some digging in court filings to see whether he had any criminal history. We know he was going through a separation with his wife. And then take a look at this court filing we found from 2019. He's accused of firing his weapon at least 5 times at a vehicle that was driving away from him, but it was near a school. And he told police that the person in the car had first pointed a gun at him. You can find more of our reporting at scriptsnews.com.
Look, you're gonna start to see more and more stuff on this dude. Not only you gonna see more and more stuff, you're gonna see a lot of things start to play out. They paint him in a bad light, which they should. But you know the one thing that I hear and they went right past? They said he was not capable of doing certain things because he was deemed unfit when it came to his mental. Now I get it that a lot of people like to play into the thing of, well, it don't matter. Yes, it does matter. Your mental matters. If it matters all the time when it comes to women, oh, yo, they just going through this. What do you think a man is going through? Same stuff. Psychological. He's off. He's off. If you think you're gonna be able to stop stuff like this, you're not.
People are still filling the.
This is a large operation. We have 3 crime scenes just here in Shreveport. One of them is incredibly gruesome in nature, and it's going to take several hours to process. No,
Now, when you look at situations like this, you're not gonna be able to stop stuff like this. You're not. You're not. I get it. People say you got to do something. Shut up. You can't do anything. There's nothing you can do. If you can't stop a woman from running her mouth saying what she gonna do to a man and using court systems, you're not gonna be able to stop a man from losing his mind and losing his cool when he deems himself as I'm losing it. Once he lose it, he gonna go off the deep end. It is. This is what's gonna happen. And it's not a blame. I'm not blaming. It's not a blame on a woman. You don't know what happened in this situation. And so when people hear these things, they say you blame them. Shut up. This is not a blame game. This is a thing of the way society is. When you make society into a comfortable environment where people can't really get help, you can give help, but it just depends on where you at in your financial stability. Like if you have the finance to be able to uphold a certain type of lifestyle, you're not gonna be able to get the help that you think you need. People say you get free stuff. Free stuff is crap. It's limited. And then you look at the environment that you in. This is what's gonna happen. That environment, 8 kids. You could tell it's not in the best area. Well, it's not in a good area at all. But you can also tell too that this is where we at. This is the life that's put out here. You're not going to be able to prosper out here and live it up when you see that your downfall is the environment you in and the mental capacity that you're in. If you off up here, you're not gonna be right around anybody. You are likely to snap. It is what it is. Y'all be safe out here, man. Like and subscribe.